Hey guys, just a quick disclaimer before this video starts. I changed my channel name to VNXP. Don't worry, I'm still the same guy, as you can hear right now. And the reason why I changed it is because I wanted to make my YouTube channel a little bit easier to find, and hopefully I've accomplished that goal. I didn't check it yet, but this is most likely how it's going to stay. And thank you for your continued support, and as always, enjoy the story video. Anyway, I am here with...
What's up, guys? Team Slayer here with Vortex Nitro. Thank you so much for allowing me to come on and do this video with you, my man.
And Skull Crusher 1201, thanks Ben for, I think this is our first video together, isn't it? I think it is.
Well, first video, maybe. But, anyway. So, this is the story of holes in kayaks. Kayaks. Alright.
Oh, Jesus.
I can only tell how this goes.
So, a while ago, and by a while ago, I mean I'm 18 now, and this story probably takes place back when I was around like 12, maybe, okay? Now, just a quick backstory. There is a family down the street in my trailer park, and there is one guy, his name is Jack, and the other's name is Kathy. And they both are, I guess you can call them the most redneck motherfuckers on this entire planet. Kathy is the wife of the most redneck motherfucker on this planet, and Jack is the most redneck motherfucker of this planet. This man drinks 3 meals a day, each snack a day, each fucking second of the day, nothing but fucking beer. He is only safe to be around until like noon. From noon until like around 2 o'clock, you kind of gotta watch him, and then from 2 o'clock till he goes to bed, he's fucking wasted. Alright. And this is how he is constantly, every single day. So, you may be thinking to yourself, where does this man get all of his beer? And this is where our story begins. So, they like to hold cookouts in this big field back behind our like trailers and stuff. There's a big field down there, and they like to have lots of fun in there. And me and my family, we were invited to a cookout, and for some reason Jack decided that he's gonna have 2 coolers down there. One with all of his beers, and the other one with everyone else's drinks. So, we went to go grab a drink, me and a couple of my other friends. We'll call the one Daryl and the other Tyler. And Daryl, Tyler, and I, we opened up the cooler and we grabbed, you know, cans without even thinking, and we thought they were sodas, and we didn't open them yet, but we grabbed them and we kind of like walked away, and then right as my friend was about to open one, I look at his thing and I'm like, whoa, 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 wait a minute. And he's like, what? That's not a soda. And we looked at it, and it's beer, and nobody noticed that we had it. And so you all might be thinking, well, Ben, did you drink it? Is this the first time you've had alcohol? No. I've not had a full anything container of alcohol in my entire life. I've only had like sips of things here and there. And pretty much every single ounce of alcohol I've ever had, other than mudslides, were absolutely disgusting to me. So I was like, ew, this fucking beer is probably going to be the grossest shit. So what do we do with this nasty ass shit? Well, Daryl, the stupid motherfucker, figured out that if you shake them really hard and open the tab, they shoot off like rockets. So we decided that it was a really good idea to shake them up as much as we could, put them in the water, tilt the bottom of them slightly up, and then crack the top, and they go shooting up out of the water, and then they go flying down the fucking like river like fucking bottle rockets, right? These things go flying, like these things go like 20 feet or so, and like stop, and then they just float downriver, and these things can go pretty fast. Well, Jack also has this amazing ability of having these giant ass cans. Like, they're ridiculous. Like, they're probably twice the size of monster cans, right? And he has 2 of them at a time. Like, he constantly keeps 2 of them stacked in his fridge or whatever because he's like, well, let's celebrate, which is pretty much every day, but if it's a specific celebration, he drinks those. And we stole one of them. We shook that bad boy up so bad. Like, we each took turns shaking this thing up. And we hit the tab in the water, and this thing flew. And the bend that... Okay, so the bend in the stream, or the creek, I forget what the creek's called. The Calico Creek, I think. The bend where my house is only, like... is quite close, actually. And we crack this can open, and it goes flying down. It goes down towards the bend, banks off the side of the bank, I guess, and then it just zips out of view, and we never see it again. And we were like, yeah. And then later, Jack starts yelling, "Where the hell are all my bears?" And we don't say anything, dude. We go back to playing badminton like nothing happened, man. And so, the afternoon's going by, we're all playing outside, and this was back when Ben used to, like, actually get outside. You know, at least a little bit. And we were outside, and we were, you know, just hanging out up at the front where the sign is, and we're all just sitting on the planter. And we see a dude with a kayak hoisted above his head coming up to their, like, Land Rover, or whatever the fuck that piece of shit car was. And he sets it up, he, like, goes to secure it, and then we walk up to him and we're like, "Hey, man, we see you got a kayak. Is kayaking fun?" And he's like, because we were quite young. I mean, I said that we were 10, but realistically, we were probably younger than that. And he was like, "Oh, yeah, man, it's a freaking blast." And this dude was, like, completely dry except part of his legs, and he had his oars and his kayak, and they were all wet and shit. And then we go back to the planter, and we're sitting there, and we see this second guy. The first kayak was green, by the way. We see this second guy walk up with a yellow one. This guy is an older guy. It looked like a father and his, like, 32-year-old son. Or, not 32, like... It was like a 23-year-old son and the, like... 50-year-old dad. And the 50-year-old dad is walking up. He's soaked head to toe with this yellow kayak. And he's carrying it just like his son was. And it looked completely fine until he turned. And we saw a fucking hole in his kayak. And that hole was the size of a beer can.
Oh, shit.
And so we walk up to this guy, and we're like, "Hey, we were just talking to that guy. Kayaking seems pretty fun, but we see you have a hole in it. What happened?" This guy goes on his little story. "Well, you see," because, you know, I live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which for some reason everybody sounds really southern here. Except for the Amish, they sound pretty German. And so he goes, "Well, we were kayaking, we were heading upstream, and we were approaching a bend, when I see this goddamn, like, 40-ounce fucking beer can come banking off, hitting off the bank. It comes up, puts a hole right into my fucking boat." And it was dead silent. And we had the straightest faces we possibly could have. And then we just hear from Tyler. And from that point onward, we were holding back our laughter so fucking hard. And the guy could tell that something was wrong, and he was like, "Hey, you boys alright?" And we were just like, and I managed to squeak out, "Killer pipe!" And then we just fucking booked it around the corner of the next trailer.
And what did you say?
I said,
We were fine.
"Nope, we're fine." And then we just book it around the trailer. And right as we get out the around the side of the trailer. It was like fucking Mother Teresa came out of our lungs, and we just started dying of laughter. Like, I'm pretty sure I've never cried so hard at laughing in any day in my entire life. I'm gonna do another Inside the Mind. We're gonna do a little segment called Inside the Mind.
Dum dum dum. You have to have like background music going on there.
So you have to kind of think about it, like, so you're kayaking, you're like 50 years old, you're kayaking down this river, and you're coming up on the bend, you're having a nice day, you're with your son, you know, just hanging, you know, it's nice, the water's cold and nice, it's a hot summer day, and you just hear and it just keeps getting louder, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And then you hear thunk, and right as you hear that like little like thud, like pounding your fist into the dirt type of thud, you see this fucking beer can, it just hits off the bank, comes flying towards your boat, and you just look down and you see water coming into your kayak with a floating 40-ounce beer can. But basically, two things could have went through this guy's mind. Is that a beer can? Or, I'm gonna get shot. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will conclude with this. One of two things could have happened after this whole incident as well. This man could have sold his kayak, or got it restored or something. Or he could have this kayak suspended in his garage and purposely says to people whenever they come over to his house, hey, you guys want to go hang in the garage? Just so that people ask about the kayak with the hole in it. And he tells the story of the little asshole named Ben that destroyed his kayak.